How to love that massive upful day to each and every one. Hope you're full enjoying your day. You already know I'm full enjoying mine. Got have life, health, and strength, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Want to welcome you to episode number 16 of Reasoning with the Rosterpreneur, where today's all about the streams. So, for some of you that might tuned in to the last episode, you might be wondering how we jumped from episode number 14 to episode 16. Well, turns out it was already episode number 14 that existed. So, yesterday's episode was actually episode number 15, which was you're not actually in the music business until you have a performance rights membership. And so now that we have our performance rights membership, episode number 16 of Reasoning with the Rosterpreneur is all about the streams. And if you're wondering why we're Reasoning with the Rosterpreneur, my name is PJ. They call me the Rosterpreneur because that is my brand. I'm all about branding and marketing strategy. So that's what we do. With that being said, streams, right? We want to get into the everybody know, of course, they're trying to get on Spotify and Apple Music and Tidal and Amazon Music and Pandora and all of these streaming services, SoundCloud, even throw it out there too. The significance is that we wanted to tell you about a little bit of history. So if you was a musician coming up and when it kind of started, you had to record a sound recording. If you wanted to distribute that sound recording, you had to put it on the record that people put on a record player with a needle, and then it plays the sound recording, right? So you actually had to have the sound recording put onto record vinyl, and then you actually had to have a vinyl cover, like a cover art and a cover for your actual album, so people could go to a record store after you distribute it, and then they can purchase it, and you would see a royalty off of the record, off each record that was purchased from the record shops and things like that. Coming down from your label probably than that, because it really wasn't much independency. That's really why I'm telling you this history, because in this streaming age, you have the power to be your own label and actually have it within your pocket, within the device that you listening to me right now on. You know what I mean? Whether it's your laptop, tablet, or your phone. So you have that power now. But I'm giving you, if you was an artist then, you had to have a big budget, is the point what I'm saying. Streaming, you don't necessarily need a big budget. That's why we're talking about this. So you paid $150 to get your performance rights membership. Now you want to educate yourself on the game that you're playing. Now again, if you were playing basketball, football, baseball, you know the rules. In basketball, you're trying to put the ball in the basket. You got to dribble it or it's traveling. Baseball, you swing and miss 3 times, it's 3 strikes, you're out. Football, you're trying to get a touchdown. What are you trying to do in the music business as a music artist? You're trying to generate streams, right? So while I'm talking about that, you had to have a record. Then when it moved from records, it moves to cassettes. And remember, even with a cassette, you had to have the sound recording on the cassette, and then you had to have the cassette art, and then again it was at the record store. People could go purchase the cassette for a price, and you would get a royalty off of each cassette tape. So moving forward to CDs, people stopped buying cassettes. It was on CDs, so you listen on the CD player. Guess what? You still had to take the sound recording, have a way to distribute it on, put it on the CD, to duplicate it, should I say, on the CD, so that it can be distributed. People would go to a record store and actually purchase it, and you would get a royalty percentage off each and every CD that was sold. Then it went from CDs to downloads. So we started just downloading like crazy. So again, you had a 99-cent download. That's when independency started to kind of take form a little bit, because guess what? To download or to distribute my music now, I don't actually need to have the physical record. I don't need to have the physical cassette. I don't need to have the physical CD. All I need to have is artwork, an artwork file, and my sound recording file. Of course, my legal stuff, that what we talked about yesterday, why we needed the performance rights membership. But once we got that in order, I can just have some artwork, and I can upload it, and I can have 1 million people in one night download and I can be wealthy overnight. It was no way to do that before then. Like, yeah, you had to just say an album. We know it. So just say, even going before that was downloads of $9.99. Before that was CDs that you could well, actually before this, because we're talking about the download. So before the CDs and all those things, again, you had to have a large budget so that you can purchase music. I mean, you could take your music to be duplicated and then distributed and manufactured, is the point where I'm trying to say. So you need a big budget. When you got to downloads, all you needed was a file, a file for your music, and then a file for your artwork. With those two things, you can upload it, and people could download, as much of your music as possible, and then from there you would see a royalty from it. Okay, so now we fast forwarding from downloads to actually today's time, which we're talking about streaming. So streams still work the same way. Again, it's much easier. You don't need nothing but a music file and then your artwork file, and then you upload that to your distributor, and then they put it out on all the streaming platforms for people to stream. And each one of those streams you see a royalty from, just the same way as you saw a royalty for every record sold, for every cassette sold, for every CD sold, and for every download that you made. So the significance now of us talking about streaming. Why are we talking about streaming? Because that's the current way that you, as an artist, see mechanical royalties for the same sales of your album. But instead of people having to actually come out of their pocket, they just have to listen to it. So again, if you think about this, every 150 streams is considered a single sale. Every 1,500 streams is considered an album sale. You may be wondering why. So a single sale is 150 streams. Most albums are considered as a 10-track, even though it'd be 13, whatever, 14 tracks. Most albums, they originated as an LP, was considered 10 songs or more, basically. So you put the 10 times 150, that's how you get 1,500, and that's one album sale. So for every album sale, every 1,500 streams, you get an album sale. So to go platinum, that's why you need 150 million streams. So if it equates to you can get that. So 150 million streams, you go platinum. And streams don't count the YouTube views, really, unless the YouTube views are in the US. Other than that, then they don't even account towards the 150 million streams. I know personally because I have a platinum record based on a campaign that I was a part of. So with that being said, it's like, instead of in the day when we were focused on telling the DJ to play our stuff, or trying to get on the radio station, or trying to get in a on a billboard or something like that. Now the new wave is, how do we get people to stream our music? And again, I'm telling you from a perspective that it's not about again, trying to get people to come out of their pocket. It's actually just getting them to listen to something. So whereas when I was an artist for 18 years, that's how I know some of this stuff. So I sold 2,500 copies of my CD hand to hand, $5 a piece. So no matter, even if I got them to do this to it, I still had to convince them that it was worth it enough for them to pay $5, basically to come out of their pocket, is what I'm saying. In today's time, streaming, all you have to do is, if they doing this, you know what I mean, is to say, share it, put it on your playlist, tell a friend about it, post on your stories, them type thing there, and that's how you can get streams. So that same person that you was hoping would download and actually paid 99 cents or $9.99, whatever it is that your album is, that same person now, you just asking them to put it on their playlist, share on their story, post on their wall, doing like things, and you're not really even asking to. You encouraging them to, based on saying, "Yo, this music is hitting. This music that you will love," things like that. So it's strategies on how you can go about getting people to stream your music, and we'll talk about those in further episodes. But I really wanted to talk about the importance of looking at like how you should look at streams. To understand that again when it started before. When the music business started, you needed somebody because you needed somebody that had a big budget. In today's time, you could create your own, and that's the significance of streams. That's really the significance of this episode. Because if you remember, first episode number 15, we were talking about you're not in the music business unless you have a performance rights membership. Well, once you have a performance rights membership, you are and you got a song basically, because that's what I'm assuming, that you already was focused on making music. So now you got your performance rights membership, you filed everything. Now why am I what am I doing? It's like understanding, that's what I talked about, the rules of the game that you playing, and the rules of the game that you playing in the music game is streams. And so what are streams? Why is it important? It allows me to decide my own destiny without having a big budget, or even if I do need a budget, because you obviously need a budget. You're not gonna do it just off no, but just saying I need less of a budget, where I needed $250,000 minimum to break myself in them time, where I needed people to buy my record or buy my cassette or buy my CD, even download, so to speak. Not so much download, it became a little bit easier then, but when you're trying to get people to actually, where they have to go out, it wasn't on a computer where they can hit a button and they can listen to you now. They can click a link and they can listen to you now. It was a time and age where you had to convince people for a reason to actually go out of their house, spend hard-earned money to actually go purchase your thing. And since you don't have that now, I encourage you to start coming up with a strategy of how you think that you can go about generating streams for yourself. Of course, I'm going to share some strategies with you in upcoming episodes, but that's something for you to start off with, to say, okay, streaming is the name of the game that I'm playing, so I'm understanding the rules of streaming and what this means, and then also understanding that it allows me to be independent on my own without needing a big budget. And so how do I come up with strategies that I can get people to stream my music? Because again, I'll just tell you this, like every million streams is approximately like $3,500 in your pocket. You know what I mean? $3,500. And imagine, there's 7.7 billion people in the world. Instagram itself has like 1 point something billion. Facebook has over 2 billion. YouTube has, I think 1 point something 7 billion, something like that, people on it. So with all these platforms, it's not that tough to get 1 million streams, but you got to have a strategy on how to do so. And so, yeah, make sure you stay tuned coming up for future strategies on that. Give thanks for tuning in to episode number 16 of Reasoning with the Rosterpreneur. I hope at least one person got value of the stuff that I shared today. Again, just think about it. Streams. All you have to do is get people to stream your music, play your music, listen to your music, and you can change your life. And you don't need $250,000 to bust yourself now. You know what I mean? You can do it by hard work, dedication. It's going to take a little bit of budget, but if you lock in with a strategy of thinking, how can I get people to stream my music? How can I encourage people to stream my music? You'll be further along. So until tomorrow, will be episode number 17. Be interested in seeing what it is that I bring forward to you, right? Yeah, man. So again, give thanks to everyone that tuned in. If you love the content, you full enjoy the content, tell a friend, attend, and tune in. And also, I want to hear comments and questions, whatever it is that you want me to talk about. If you got a question from something that I talked about in this episode, make sure you leave a comment, drop some questions below. Look forward to hearing from you and answering even more questions, because most of what I'm sharing come from a lot of questions that I get when I'm doing consultations, or people just kind of asking me questions about things that they feel like I know and can provide them value with. So till next time, I've been using the hashtag spread love like a virus since 2014. Want to full encourage you to use the hashtag same way. Even if you don't, just live your life that way. Be a blessing to one person today, and then make a routine out of it, and that's how we spread love like a virus. So until tomorrow, episode number 17 of Reasoning with the Rosterpreneur. Remember, performance rights membership, if you didn't already do so, from episode number 15 yesterday. And today, come up with a strategy that you can feel like you can get people to stream your music, because again, you can be even a one-hit wonder. I was going to say, but you can be you get it. One-hit wonder came to my head, but even a one-hit wonder, under the terms of what I'm talking about, will change your life forever and probably make you more money in that one campaign, that one music campaign, than you probably would have made in maybe just say 10 or 20 years of your life. So that being said, again, hope I provided value to somebody. It's PJ the Rosterpreneur, checking out, and love. Yes, my people.